Live.
Sounds good. All right. Hello there, YouTube. I hope you guys are ready for another big night of wonderful music. Because, of course, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, the songwriters tonight are going to sing for you and me. After all, we live in a nation based on music. The songs and the stories are underneath all of it. And each one of our singer-songwriters that you'll see tonight is part of that beating heart of American music, the tapestry of story and song that has been weaving us together for generations. So we're really glad that we're going to be able to share them with all of you that are watching tonight. Of course, in the before times, if you wanted to see a show like this, you would have had to hope that all of these performers were on your local open mic, or you'd have to travel across the country to hear them sing in person. And that is a great adventure that I'm sure we'd all like to take a couple of times in our life. But tonight, we're going to use the wonders of technology to bring them all here at the same time in the same place so you can see them right in your own living rooms. It's an opportunity to see the best of the best all at the very same time. So all of you out there in YouTube land, feel free to make comments, let them know that you love the performers, that you love hearing them sing. And we want you to know that all of us here that you see on screen, we love spending time with each other, hearing each other sing, hearing each other play. And everyone's got 2 songs to play tonight. And we'll spend a little time after everyone's set getting to know them, asking a couple questions. And we hope that you enjoy it just as much as we do. The full lineup is available on our website, openmicamerica.com. It's in the description of the YouTube video, and it is also in Pete Summers' Magic Zoom Square. You can see with the magic curtain, that's who's playing, that's the order. So make sure you're ready when you want to hear your favorite person, which is naturally all of them. So before we get started, we're going to give a slight introduction to our team. My name is Laura Bordowitz, and I am the host for tonight. We also have Pete Summer with the Magic Zoom Square, who's going to take care of all of the interviews. Once again, we have our lovely TK Tran, who is taking care of sound and all things technical. And tonight, he's also one of our performers. And also joining us tonight is our founder, Kaipo Dave Williams. All right, and now I'm going to introduce all of the performers. Go ahead and wave when I say your name. First up, we're going to have Mark Bishop Evans from Andover, Massachusetts. Then we'll have Sherman Whipple from Hull, Massachusetts. Next up will be Max Newton from Berkeley, California. And Priscilla Ederle from San Mateo, California. That'll be the halfway point before we get to TK Tran from San Jose, California, followed by Wade Worthington from Portland, Oregon. Then we'll have John Richter from Oak Grove, Oregon, Andy Karn from Mountain View, California, and Scott Bell from Menlo Park, California. So if everybody's ready to go, you guys all ready to go? All right, then we're going to go ahead and get started with our first performer, Mark Bishop Evans. But before you get started, Mark, what is your local open mic?
Well, we have a lot of local open mics around here. Primarily North Reading Community Coffee House has an open mic. We also do Music Matters open mic. We do the Hearing Room open mic. And there's the Catbird Cafe. I mean, the list goes on.
Awesome. Well, we're glad that we got you here tonight.
Yes, I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Take it away.
All right, thank you. This first song is my take on the issue that someone might be diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I know most of us know somebody who's gone down that road, and this is my take on what they would think once they got that diagnosis. It's called If I Could Not Recall. If I could not recall the moon, spied on love-warm nights in June, remember lovely visions fair of summer sun on golden hair, and by some wild misstroke of luck, Should I forget the tender touch? How could I face each new dawn, find the will to carry on? Why should I exist at all and long for things I could not recall? If I could not recall blue eyes, picture still the starry skies, bring to mind the joy of love, way too much or not enough. Or if those precious memories fade and I misplace the feelings made, where's the reason left for life? Why endure the pain, the strife? How long life if I spent it all longing for things that I could not recall? If I could not recall the reasons for it all, why should I exist for only this? I could not recall the reasons for it all, why should I exist for only this? If I could not recall the pain, the same mistakes I'd make again, same old questions never asked, futures lost and forgotten pasts. If I could not recall my years, all the separate joys and tears, what is there within this shell with no old scars or tales to tell? Who am I then after all? Who would know? If I could not recall, if I could not recall, if I could not recall.
Very nice.
Hunting.
Terrific. Terrific.
We had the rainiest July in history almost by
Mark, it looks like you got muted.
Okay, I don't know how much you heard about that. We had a very rainy July here, almost set a record. And everybody I know was writing rain songs. So this is not really necessarily a song about rain. It's really a song about pain. But rain is the metaphor. It's called Still It Rains. Don't think I've ever felt so lonely. Don't think I've ever felt so cold. and it seems it just might rain forever, while I'm just standing here collecting useless tears. Don't think I've ever been so lost. I don't think that I'll forget this story, and it seems it just might rain forever, while I'm just standing here collecting random fears. I once knew something more than pain, but then it rained. Oh, how it rained. I lost my will to try again in the rain. Still it rained. Don't think I've ever been so sad, or just mislaid my will for living, and it seems it just might rain forever, while I'm just standing here convinced the sky will clear. While it rains, still it rains. I once knew something more than pain, but then it rained. Oh, how it rained. I lost my will to try again in the rain. Still it Don't think I've ever been so sad. I don't think that I'll forget this story, and it seems it just might rain forever, while I'm just standing here convinced the sky will clear. While it rains. Oh. Still it rains.
Wow. Great. Wonderful.
Very nice.
Beautiful. I almost feel bad for clapping because they were just such heart-wrenching songs, but they were so good.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, great songs, Mark, and we could use some rain here in California. So if you want to share, or if that song can maybe make it rain. That would be really nice.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Put
that
a
would
dance
be.
along with it. Maybe we can get that thing going, right?
Wow, absolutely. Now you've recorded these songs, right? You have them out on.
Actually, those two are waiting to be. I've got another CD, a CD that's out called Something About Tomorrow that I put out in the end of 2019, and really didn't get to promote it very much because of well, we all know why that happened. But anyway, so yeah, and actually my producer, I'm doing a song at a showcase, and I'm doing one that it's not on the CD, and he's going to play violin or fiddle with me on that. And he says, "How come you're not doing one from the CD?" Because he produced the CD. And I says, "Well, because I've written like 10 songs since that CD, and I'm, and you know how songwriters are. Your favorite song's the one you just wrote, so." Anything that happened 5 songs ago, that's ancient history.
Well, yeah, that's very true. Very, especially for prolific songwriters. I'm still working on a song that I wrote back in 1980. So that's where I'm at.
It'll happen.
Yeah, one of these days it will. So, Mark, what strengths do you have that you believe make a great musician?
I think, and I heard this is not original, but I heard this and it really meant something to me. I think what our job is to move people's emotions. And we're to use the music to do that. But if you're just playing music, if you're just playing songs, and you're not trying to touch somebody's heart and move them, and make them feel something, then it's, you might as well be, background music in an elevator, so, I think all the great musicians, all the great performers, all the great writers, we think they're great because they touched our hearts. They moved our emotions, not because they were a fantastic guitar player, but you can use that to move emotions, but that's not the thing. It's the emotional element. It's the make people feel something element. I think that makes people good.
Absolutely, and I liken it to I hear a song and it's like a time machine. It takes me back to the first time I heard it, or especially if it's a song from high school. You recall something that you were doing at the time that you heard the song. Just so it's music is kind of just sparks that time warp continuum, so to speak. So
melancholy.
Yeah. Anyway, well, thanks so much for being here, Mark, and I look forward to hearing more from you. And you, since you already said you have 10 songs, so that'll be 5 more appearances at least.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you much. God bless.
Yes, thank you so much, Mark. Great way to start off the show, and we're not going to slow down anytime soon. Next up, we've got Sherman Whipple from Hull, Massachusetts. Sherman, what is your favorite local open mic?
I have a couple. I have a new one called First Broadway. It's built in Lawrence. It opened up in Lawrence, and it's a really interesting hybrid live and virtual. So he alternates between virtual performers from all over the country and live people who appear in his new in the new venue up there. And of course, I do the Catbird, where I've been doing a very long time. It's Steve Martin and Eric Gillickson run it. They were from the band Orpheus, which was a famous band from Worcester, which has some great songs back in the 60s. But those are about my 2 favorites. But I seem to run into Mark at half of them.
Wonderful. I guess great singers just come together. All right, take it away, Sherman.
All right, this is a song called Wallflower. In Massachusetts, they call it Wallflower, but I'm from Tennessee, so it's Wallflower. I'm just a wallflower at a high school dance, hands in my pocket, for my true love dance with Michael and Johnny and Larry and Paul. You know that she was the belle of the ball. She said, give me a chance, one more dance. I'm young, I'm beautiful with the world in my hand. Remember, I love you, believe me, it's true. When the dancing is over, I'll go home with you. Well, I gave her some flowers and I gave her some gifts. Gave her a diamond for her fingertips. I asked her to marry, and when she said yes, she's still holding hands with my best friend Jeff. And she said, give me a chance, one more dance. I'm young, I'm beautiful with the world in my hand. Remember, I love you, believe me, it's true. When the dancing is over, I'll go home with you. At the wedding reception, I danced with my bride. My arms wrapped around her, I was so happy inside. But that was the last dance we had all night. She kept right on dancing with every man in sight. She said, give me a chance, one more dance. I'm young, I'm beautiful with the world in my hand. Remember, I love you, believe me, it's true. When the dancing is over, I'll go home with you. Well, 20 years passed since we took our vows. We have 2 children of whom we're quite proud. Their hair is blonde and their eyes are sky blue. They look just like me, she said, maybe a little like you. And she said, give me a chance, one more dance. I'm young, I'm innocent with the world in my hand. Remember, I love you, believe me, it's true. When the dancing is over, I'll go home with you. Well, I know I look stupid. You must think me a fool. But remember the same would happen to you. Had I made her a slave, she'd want to be free. But let her dance, she came back to me. And she said, give me a chance, one more dance. I'm young, I'm beautiful with the world in my hand. Remember, I love you, believe me, it's true. When the dancing is over, I'll go home with you. Thank you. This next one's called How Far You Going? A golden-haired figure hitching a ride, hope for some action, I pulled to the side. Then she climbs in my rug, she stares back with fear. We make a light conversation as I shift through the gears. Her wet, shabby clothing tells of life on the road. Her face, its hard beauty, shrunken with cold. As she huddles in silence, hair dripping rain, I try for her trust, but get back her pain. And how far are you going? And do you have a name? You're better off here than out in the rain. She's been busted in Denver, robbed in LA. Both victim and victor, she's wiser today. As she stands by the wayside, sticks out her thumb in the glare of the headlights, a hitchhiking bum. Cardboard box tops, they make a good sign. When she knows where she's going, if you've got the time. Down a river of highways like a modern Huck Finn. Her journey's a game for a prize you can't win. And how far are you going? And do you have a name? You're better off here than out in the rain. After hours of driving, she's warm now and dry. Well, it's now, dear, or never, so I give it a try. When she leaps from my rig, out in rain turned to snow, she shouts, thanks for the ride, sir, but you've a long way to go. And how far are you going? And do you have a name? You're better off here than out in the rain.
Amazing. Oh, the emotions you put into your songs are just great.
Thank you.
Those were great, Sherman. Thanks for coming on. So what's your favorite song to perform? Do you have one?
Actually, the last one I did is one of my favorites.
Okay, and
But I had fun with all of them.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that's the favorite guitar you have to play it on.
Yeah, it's a new one actually. I just got it not that long ago.
Okay, so that's not the song you wrote. That's not the guitar you wrote it on.
No, that was no, not even close.
Not even close. Do you still have the guitar that you wrote that song on?
No, I don't.
Oh.
That's been gone a long time. I think it was written on a Martin New Yorker.
Okay. Well, good. And have you recorded those songs also?
There are recordings of them, yes. There's, I think both of them are on my live recordings. One of the live recordings that was done about 10, 15 years ago. And they're available on YouTube and places like that, yeah.
Okay. And everybody here, make sure that you send us links to where your fans that are going to be viewing this can get a hold of your content, your songs, and if you have a website, send it on in, and also your local open mic. Send us that information so we could post that on the Open Mic America website, because it's a melting pot of cross pollination. Everybody helps each other out on this in this medium. So yeah, Sherman. So what's next for you as far as music goes? What are you going to do next?
I play a lot with puppets.
Okay.
And kids music and kids things. So I work with a puppeteer and do puppet videos with the puppets being my backup band.
Ah. They have a built-in backup band and an audience at the same time, kind of.
This is true, yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. So, and one last question for you. What's the most used app on your phone?
Oh, probably Facebook.
Okay. And do you use Facebook for music information for your fans or for family and
Yes.
mostly?
Yeah, I use it a lot for my political activism as well.
Okay, good. Well, Sherman, thanks so much for being here tonight.
Pleasure being here.
And look forward to hearing more from you. And Laura, who's our next contestant?
Next up, we've got the one and only Max Newton from us from Berkeley, California. Which open mic have we snagged you from?
Not too many these days. Everything's closed down, but I like the Misery Lounge, which actually says Missouri on the outside, but we all call it the Misery. It's a little place. There's the Freight and Salvages in town too. That's the more famous one.
Wonderful. All right. Well, we're ready. We're ready to listen to your songs whenever you're ready to play them.
Okay. I wanted to say, Sherman, your first song, the Wallflower, reminded me. I used to be shy, and I did a genealogy search and found out that my great grandparents came over on the Wallflower. I assume there's horrible groaning going on in the background. This is the first song. It's called "King of the Big Double Doors," and it does a couple of things. It's about a guy who drinks like I used to drink, and it's about tool usage. It has a little deal. If people learn this song, they'll be able to remember what all the basic tools are. The 6 simple machines. So, King of the Big Double Doors. If I had a stick that could reach to the stars, I'd flip heaven over and capture your heart. But it's my job to hold open doors for you to walk through. From the limo and the lobby and the elevator, and sometimes carrying bags to your floor, but mostly just shining windows and brass. These city folks don't let you ever relax. You got the penthouse and I got the chores. I'm the king of the big double doors. A wheel and an inclined plane, a pulley and a wedge to get into your brain, then you might finally learn my name. But I'm not sure we speak the same tongue. I'm getting older and you're still too young for me. You drink Cristal from a fluted glass. I'm sneaking vodka when I go to the can. I keep a second flask deep in the drawer. Yeah, I'm the king of the big double doors. Now if I could change what I've been drinking, maybe I could change my fate. But those TV ads I've seen your face in tell me that's Courvoisier. You wear Prada, Rolex, and Cartier. I wear security blues and pepper spray. I keep an extra umbrella handy, you know, just in case, so you don't get wet between the doors, between the limo and the big double doors. Now our security system, we got that hooked up online. And one late night alone on my shift, I got high and I Googled around and I found out about those 6 simple machines. Now they go back to antiquity. They're the lever, the wheel, and the inclined plane, the pulley, the wedge, and screw. Well, anyway, you came in late with the new chaperone. His shoes cost more than some cars that I've owned. Yeah, tool number 6, he was spinning for you. And I just a wedge making way for a screw. Yeah, sometimes I wish I could be something more than the king of the big double doors. He's the king of the big double door.
Yes. Great.
Yeah.
Really powerful.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, that song, of course, is to set up the more sentimental, positive song that happens afterwards. I learned by watching Andy Kaufman. He came on, I can't remember what show it was, and he comes out, and the first thing he is Elvis. And he is Elvis in every way. He is the embodiment of him. And he does that for about 30 seconds, and he turns his back, and throws the cape off, and comes back, and he's Mr. Rogers. And the emotional juxtaposition of those two beings in the same space in such a short period of time created an emotion that I thought, you know, it's a good emotion to share. This one's called Come Celebrate. Now we may not live long enough to see this world put right, but we can celebrate our little dreams tonight. So come celebrate a world of children with stomachs full of food, with laughter in their schoolyards, learning in their schools, with roofs above their heads at night and pillows full of down, with doctors when they need 'em and circuses with clowns. So come celebrate, come celebrate, come celebrate tonight. Come sing and dance and celebrate that time we put things right. So come celebrate a world of beauty with healthy living things, with air that does not burn your eyes, rain that does not sting, with oceans free of oil spills and beaches free of sludge, with food not grown with poisons and instead with care and love. So come celebrate, come celebrate, come celebrate tonight. Come sing and dance and celebrate that time we put things right. And so come celebrate a world of peacefulness, where the work is done by noon, 'cause the chores get shared by everyone, and the world belongs to you, and where no one makes a profit, causing other people pain. Now some folks say that's crazy, but who's to say that they're sane? So come celebrate, come celebrate, come celebrate tonight. Come sing and dance and celebrate that time we put things right. Thank you. So did it work to set it up with a really sort of awful song first?
You don't have any awful songs, Max. Come on. I know you're fishing.
Yeah.
So what? When did you write that last song?
Oh, during the Ronald Reagan era.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's still necessary, and probably will be for the rest of everybody's life here. But you know what the hell? It gives us something to do, right?
Yeah, good old Ronnie. So you moved here. You moved to Berkeley from. You say where'd you move from?
Well, my dad was a member of the School of the Americas, so we spent some time in Latin America, and of course in Columbus, Georgia, which is where the School of the Americas moved after it was in Panama, where we lived before my dad was on the advanced team. So I lived a lot in other places where he got to teach torture and that sort of thing. So I'm trying to make up for my family history. But I graduated from high school in Augusta, Georgia. First high school in the United States. Had to take ROTC. Moved around a lot. Had a lot of experiences.
A lot of different local color, so to speak.
Yeah.
And here you are in Berkeley, and I'm going to just leap off a bridge here, but Berkeley is quite a bit different than kind of the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So how did that influence, and maybe were you writing in those other places, and did your writing change or evolve, or how did it evolve?
The first song I wrote, I was 14, living in Santiago, Chile, and it was a song called Ebony Chessmen, and it was about the futility of the black and white pieces fighting each other to take over the world. Right. So I've been writing stuff like this from the beginning. I write love songs too. Everybody does, everybody wants to hear a love song every now and then. But I like to write about people who have not done well in life, as well as people who have. Narratives. Not every happy person has an interesting narrative. Not every unhappy person has an interesting narrative either. But
Right.
There's a little more juice there.
So basically, you brought your DNA to Berkeley. Berkeley didn't alter it.
Yeah, no, I may have even made Berkeley worse. I don't know.
No, Anywhere you go, Max, is an improvement.
Oh, thank you.
I know. I'll take that money to PayPal. No.
Yeah, there you go. Do you take checks?
No.
Oh, that's right. Hungarians. I forgot Hungarians. That's right.
Diners Club.
Okay,
Anyway,
gotcha.
Max, it's always great to hear you, and look forward to the next time you're on, and the next
Thanks
time
a lot.
you in the real world.
Yeah, exactly. One of these days.
Yeah. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Max. Laura, who's
Give it up
next?
for Max. Who's next? It's Priscilla. Priscilla Ederle from San Mateo, California. I think this is your first time on Open Mic America, right?
It is actually, and I'm excited to be here. I have to say I'm a little scared because I really haven't performed in a while because I moved and it kind of, disrupted everything in my life, and I really hadn't been writing songs much, but I decided to just go for it. So here I am. I'm going to go ahead and play a couple songs for you guys, and I hope that if you like them. So the first song I'm going to play is called Window, and it's essentially a song that really kind of has to do with a little bit more growing up and sort of being a little bit lonely, and I try to explain it to people, but I grew up in this house in Michigan, and I was alone a lot. That's all I can say. I was alone a lot, and it was cold. And when I wrote this song, it was kind of a very cold day in San Mateo. It was actually over this past winter, and somehow, I don't know, the song just kind of made me think about being in that room when I was a little girl growing up, and just kind of how I felt a lot of times. And it wasn't the whole childhood, but it was just part of it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play it for you. Sorry, I already screwed it up. Sorry. Here we go again.
Just a lonely little girl, always sitting in my room, bare tree staring at a long winter gloom. No one ever even knocked, I was quiet as a mouse. Dark days in that flower wallpapered house. Worried all the time, seeing crazy hidden ghosts who would come and visit at twilight. He whispered in my ear, said that I would never float, but I somehow learned to take flight. I wish I could forget that tiny little bedroom somehow. And sometimes I still hear that voices like a cold wind blowing down. It clenched my fist so tight, breaking through the window, breaking through the window in my house, breaking through the window, breaking through the window, get me out. Playing with my Barbie dolls and my brother's G.I. Joes, the Holly Hobby oven with the broken stove. Dreaming in my made-up world I could be a different girl, an eloquent speaker wearing heels and pearls. Worried all the time, seeing crazy hidden ghosts who would come and visit at twilight. They whispered in my ear, said that I would never float, but I somehow learned to take flight. I wish I could forget that tiny little bedroom somehow. And sometimes I still hear those voices like a cold wind blowing down. I clenched my fist so tight, breaking through the window, breaking through the window in my house, breaking through the window, breaking through the window, get me out. Worried all the time, seeing crazy hidden ghosts who would come and visit at twilight. They whispered in my ear, said that I would never float, but I somehow learned to take flight. I wish I could forget that tiny little bedroom somehow. And sometimes I still hear those voices like a cold wind town. I clenched my fist so tight, breaking through the window, breaking through the window in my house, breaking through the window, breaking through the window, get me out, get me out.
Nice job.
Thank you. Thank you. I know it's not the most uplifting song, but you know, I kind of feel like if people are lonely out there, maybe they can relate to that. I don't know. But anyway, that was called Window. The next song I'm going to play is another song that I wrote that's basically, it's basically just kind of about bullying in general. I mean, and that's just about, you know, how you can stand up to a bully, and sometimes just how do they even start and where do they go from there. So just because the song was sort of inspired by just the fact that there's just a lot of bullying going on in our world right now, and just in the past how many years. So anyway, this is called Brave.
Rough days when you come of age, bad kids, such a nasty stage. They're calling names, throwing stones again, so you can feel their pain. Shattered glass on the window pane, and pushed you through an open gate. He was in your face, your private space, pulling on your hair. Run, run, don't you run away, the deep go when you're strong, dear, and run, run, don't you run away. The bully's gonna wipe your tears, and run, run, don't you run away. Don't run away, don't run far, and run, run, don't you run away. Stand up, face your fear, be brave. Years go by, they never learn. Killed a man on his way to church. Got big necks, crosses hanging down, but the devil spares no one. Chased down a foreign parent's son, but he was causing them no harm, and they shot at him, got their praying done, but God doesn't own a gun. Run, run, don't you run away, there we go when you're strong, dear, and run, run, don't you run away. The bully's gonna wipe your tears, and run, run, don't you run away. Don't run away, don't run far, and run, run, don't you run away. Stand up, face your fear, be brave. The world's gonna change its way. No one will be getting away. Run, run, don't you run away. The weak go when you're strong, dear, and run, run, don't you run away. No bully's gonna wipe your tears, and run, run, don't you run away. Don't run away, don't run far, and run, run, don't you run away. Stand up, face your fear, be brave.
Hello.
All right.
Nice going, Priscilla. Nice going.
Oh man, so good. You're bringing people in from virtual reality and in reality.
Thank you. Yes, we've got a little visitor here, so he can join in. Oh wait, can't turn that on though. Can you wait? Please wait. Don't turn that off.
I can't do it tonight. Then you have to let me be on the switch.
Okay. Oh, negotiator. Okay, a little negotiator there. All right. Well, we'll talk about that later. Anyway,
Well, the Grant one.
go right ahead.
That's great, Priscilla. It's been a while. It was great to hear you again.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And thanks for inviting me. I was super excited to get the invite, and I was, like I said, terrified. But I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. So.
Well, you didn't seem terrified.
Thank you.
I'm intimidated, so if that's terrified, I don't know. But it's great to hear you again. It's been a while. Come on out and do some playing at the local venues, the local open mics. I mean, it's right close by to you. I think you're in San Mateo, so Menlo Park,
Yeah.
I mean, we're right down the road. So
Yeah. Totally.
and what's the best piece of advice that another musician has ever given you?
Oh God, it's been so many good pieces of advice. Oh gosh, it's so hard to answer. My friend Alex Lamelski is actually one of my good friends back in Michigan, where I grew up, and he always had such great advice to kind of offer me. And I think the best advice he actually gave me, and I always respected him and his opinion, was just really just as a songwriter. He always just kind of said, because I took guitar lessons from him, and I was learning guitar, and he was always just kind of like the song, to be a songwriter, like you don't really have to play guitar that well. It's like, it's good to be a good musician. You'd be the best musician you can, but honestly, like writing songs is more about just writing the melody and the lyrics and like having the accompaniment, and you don't have to be like a virtuoso musician to write a good song. So that was the best advice I think I got.
Okay. Well, you do both well. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
So, and that's, don't you have, if I remember correctly, does your husband play guitar with you sometimes? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We met. That's how we met. We met in San Francisco through like kind of mutual, like kind of, I had a roommate that was in a band with him. And so, yeah, he plays guitar as well.
Okay. Well, great.
Yeah.
Great. So if you had only one song to listen to for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
Just one. Those are the rules.
I mean, probably like "Let It Be" by the Beatles. I'm just a huge Beatle fan, and that just song always it never gets old for me. It's such a great song.
Well, great. Well, it was great to hear you again, and I look forward to hearing more from you, Priscilla. And are you recording now? Are you doing that at home, right?
I was working with a guy named Kenny Schick in Nashville right before we moved, and I had all these songs like he was working on, and we were working them together, and so we were getting pretty far, and then I moved, and that just kind of put the stop on everything. So I hope to be resuming that soon. Once I'm kind of in a better place of unpacking and all of that. But yeah, definitely plan to record.
Got it. Yeah, Kenny is fantastic. I refer a ton of people to him.
Yeah.
When he was in Boulder Creek, I referred him, and now he's in Nashville. So he's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal recording brain. Anyway, well, thank you so much, Priscilla. It was great to hear you again.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it, and thanks so much.
Okay, take care.
Let's give it up for Priscilla. What a great way to round out the first half of the show. But before we start up the second half, we have a special word from our founder, the one and only Capo Dave Williams.
Thanks, Laura. Just a quick word. Thank you for tuning in, everyone out in YouTube land. I hope you're enjoying these folks as much as I am. What a pleasure to be able to see people from all across the country, regular people playing music from their heart, unproduced, unvarnished, no gimmicks, no tricks, no ads. But the reason I wanted to come on, just to let you know that we're moving the show to 3 Sundays a month. Starting October the 10th, we will have a second Sunday show. So the show is going to be first, second, and third Sundays. And as we move forward in gathering musicians, more and more musicians into our family here, we've started to work on community outreach. We're looking for communities that would be well served with the show that we have. And so a lot of people sitting home on a Sunday alone. A Sunday can be very deadly, very lonely for a lot of folks, particularly a lot of seniors and what have you. So we're working on community outreach. And if you know somebody or have an Aunt Doris who sits home alone, or a community bulletin board someplace, on our website, on our Performers Green Room, we have printouts that you can make. And this one in particular is the one I want to show you, that you can share it online or print it out and put it on a bulletin board. And maybe some gentleman sitting around at home with nothing to do on Sunday would appreciate being able to see some real musicians playing real music. You know, some of these musicians are at a very high level, and others are more average in their skills. But this is the real deal. This is real America. There's no producers. There's no except me. You know. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dave. So everyone out there in YouTube land, if you know someone that you think, oh, they'd be perfect for Open Mic America, let us know. Head to openmicamerica.com. We've got contact links up there. You can visit all of the performers that you've seen tonight and the ones that have been here in the past. And, you know, we'd love to expand our rosters and get just all of the great performers. Give them to us, all of them. But speaking of good performers, I think it's about time to start up the second half. Are you guys ready? Because next up, we've got our very own TK Tran from San Jose, California.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks, Laura. This first song of mine is a song I wrote this year recently, I think a few months ago. I don't know. I can't keep track of time these days. Maybe last year, but it's called In My Rear View. Tears rolling down your face, a lonesome feeling fills the air. We both knew it happened someday, but it's safe to say we ain't prepared. My shotgun seat is empty, your feet ain't on the dash. It's raining like hell tonight, and this goodbye will be the last. I ain't holding your hand, and you ain't holding mine. It's the final time I'll see you in my rear view as I drive off into the night. We say we'll cross paths again and cycle through the old cliches. This cab has never felt this quiet, even with the straight pipes and screaming rain. My shotgun seat is empty, your feet ain't on the dash. It's raining like hell tonight, and this goodbye will be the last. I ain't holding your hand, and you ain't holding mine. It's the final time I'll see you in my rear view as I drive off into the night. The funny thing this time around is it ain't the truck that's broke down. This shotgun seat is empty, your feet ain't on the dash. It's pouring like hell tonight, and I ain't looking back. I ain't holding your hand, and you ain't holding mine. It's the final time I'll see you in my rear view as I drive off into the night.
Nice. Yeah.
Wow.
you.
Killer song.
Thanks, everybody. The second song is another recent one of mine, and it's about how I'm always happy to help out a friend in any way, and I'm that way because I hope that my friends feel the same way about me. So this is kind of what this song is about. It's called For a Friend. I can't take away the pain that you feel, but I've got all the time you need to heal. I can't wish away what's been done to you, but I'll stick around and help you fight on through. I'll be a shoulder to lean on, a whiskey on the rocks. I'll be a song that you can dance to, a door that's never locked. I'll be a porch light that's left on, a chorus you can sing. I'll be a coffee in the morning for a friend. I'll be anything. I can't say I've been through all you've been through, but I'll open up that bottle and pour one for you. And I can't fix everything that ain't okay, but I've got ears that you can talk to all day. I'll be a shoulder to lean on, a whiskey on the rocks. I'll be a song that you can dance to, a door that's never locked. I'll be a porch light that's left on, a chorus you can sing. I'll be a coffee in the morning for a friend. I'll be anything. I'll be a long drive to nowhere, or a lazy day in some rocking chairs, a poker game on a Sunday night, or a bonfire burning bright. I'll be a shoulder to lean on, a whiskey on the rocks. I'll be a song that you can dance to, a door that's never locked. I'll be a porch light that's left on, a chorus you can sing. I'll be a coffee in the morning for a friend. I'll be anything. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, those are great, TK. Awesome.
Thank you.
Just awesome.
Super, TK. So, has your writing increased during the pandemic, or about the same?
It's definitely increased a lot towards the beginning of it, but towards kind of the back end where we're at right now, it's starting to taper off, which was what I kind of expected.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. We'll keep on writing. So, which instrument is your favorite to play, and why?
Am I allowed to say my voice? Because technically that is an instrument.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say voice because that's the most challenging, but the results that come out of it are probably my favorite.
Okay. Well, good. Good. Yeah. That's great answer. Yeah. Super. I don't know if the question was okay, but the answer was perfect.
No, the question was perfect too.
So, so are you doing a lot of recording during this time, or?
Not so much in the way that it's something that I'd release. Well, I do release them on YouTube. It's just really just me playing in my bedroom. That's about it. Nothing in terms of studio stuff.
Well, that is the studios. I mean, that's where.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's just me and one guitar. I guess that's what I'm saying. Instead of other musicians playing with me and all that.
Well, I think Billie Eilish did her first album in her bedroom, so that's cool. That's
Yeah,
good.
I was thinking of doing my hair the same color too. So.
Were you? Maybe you open for her on tour, huh?
Yeah, gotta match hairs.
Or maybe she'll open for you.
Still gotta match the hair.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, TK, thank you so much for jumping in here, and
Thank you.
And look forward to more from you. Laura, you're up.
All right. Well, thank you, TK. And you know what? We're just going to keep going with the amazing performances because next up we've got Wade Worthington from Portland, Oregon. Oh, Mike, looks like you're still on mute, Wade.
Could you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. I'm always confused about how the mute things work. Sorry. I'm going to start off with a song called Life is Good for You. It's about someone who's feeling really down with their life, and he gets visited by a ghost who tells him that life is good for you. I'm here to say life is good for you. I'm a ghost, but I'm blessed with the view of knowing the worth of what I've been through. I say life is good for you. I still remember my early days, chalk on the sidewalk, the summer haze, birthdays and backyards, campfires too. I say life is good for you. But soon I would learn there's a stormy side, times when you just need to run and hide. Lovers will come and go with the tide, but this is all a part of the ride. You will live, ooh, and love, ooh, you'll live, ooh, till your life is realized. I've watched you run down the slippery path. You ought to know there's an aftermath. But after the fall, after the bath, you'll know what I say is true. For I'm here to say life is good for you. I am a ghost, but I'm blessed with the view of knowing the worth of what I've been through. I say life is good for you. You will live, ooh, and love, ooh, you'll live, ooh, till your life is realized. You will live, ooh, and cry, ooh, you'll live, ooh, till your days are through. And you'll say life is good for you. Thank you.
Nice.
On this next song, I'm going to have my partner Helen Friedman help me with some backing vocals. Here's Helen.
I'm going to sit down. All right.
And this song always involves a introduction. It was inspired by an event that took place here in Portland back in 1982. It was the Rose Parade that a group of preteen all-black marching band called the Jasmine Community Marching Band. Jasmine spelled Jazmin. And they had worked very hard looking forward to being part of this parade, but the parade board told them that they weren't good enough, and they didn't take that as an answer, and they crashed the parade. And the way they did this was it was a rainy day, and they hung out in this car wash with their rain parkas covering their instruments and their uniforms. And at the right time, they stepped into the parade, and their parents also marched along beside them. And the legend has it that they were the hit of the parade. And so this is Marching with the Jasmine. Okay. We will stand tall when marching with the wrong key. Sorry, I got to change the capo.
I knew something.
That wasn't going to work. Okay. Here we go. We will stand tall when marching with the Jasmine, when marching in the Portland Rose Parade. Now the Rose Parade, it doesn't smell of roses. We will march there uninvited anyway. We will be right in time when marching with the Jasmine, with the cadence of importance and great joy. We will feel the rain, but we'll hear the people cheering. Our spirits won't be dampened on this day. Rosa will take the cue from you. It's 1982 and we're gonna make it through. Rosa will give it up for you and for the children too. Hey, look what they can do. Time to step out from the sidelines now. Take off your coat, step into view. Step into view. We will stand tall when marching with the Jasmine, when marching in the Portland Rose Parade. Now the Rose Parade, it doesn't smell of roses. We will march there uninvited. Anyway, anyway, anyway.
Wonderful.
Wow, really great.
What a great story to
love
learn
that one,
about,
Wade.
to hear
I love
about.
that one.
I smell
thank you.
jasmine somewhere.
What's that?
I smell jasmine somewhere.
Yeah, it's Jasmine, Jzmin. It's not like the plant or the guys that wear the berets and snap their fingers and play bebop or whatever. It's I looked it up once, and you could find the definition of it. It has something to do with a churchyard, which I didn't quite get the connection, but I think there might be something to do with New Orleans. And I think that was their style, from what I hear, is that they really incorporated a lot of New Orleans rhythms. And back in 1982, I guess that was kind of new for other areas to incorporate in their marching bands.
That was wonderful, Wade. So would you view yourself as kind of a historical writer, basically?
No. That's probably the only one I ever, any kind of historical relation I ever had in any of my songs, really.
Well, thank you for sharing that. That
Yeah.
it was wonderful, a wonderful story, and it's funny how people just go through and do it in spite of what others think and end up being the stars. You know, we all should remember that. You know, don't say no, or don't take no for an answer. I mean, just do it. So what's your favorite and least favorite part about being a musician?
Well, musician, well, I have I don't think I have the skills, you know. It's like, it's so frustrating. It's like I think I have good sense of melody and how things should sound, but being able to like execute and get my fingers to do what they want to do, that's the most frustrating. It's the performing part, I think, is the most frustrating for me. But I get quite a charge out of delving, especially songwriting. That's probably the big thing, is you really dive into certain aspects of your life or things, and you really sort of like soak everything up, and you arrange it all, and it's therapeutic, and it's very rewarding when you come out with something that you're proud of.
Yeah, well, you should be very proud of what you're doing. And are you playing in any open mics locally?
Yeah, well, you've heard of Artichoke up here in Portland. Yeah, that's my favorite. And of course, you know, they're sort of like just gone online during this pandemic. And then there's another one that I really enjoy, and they started doing this local park here that you show up and everyone's sort of socially distanced out in the park and wearing headphones that you have to rent. It goes for like 4 hours, and you have a huge audience, and everybody could hear you through the headphones. If you don't have the headphones on, you don't hear very well because you're kind of far out there on the lawn. But it's a great thing. It's called the Songwriters Soiree.
Right, and that's online also, isn't it? Isn't it?
It was for a time, I think. Ever since they went to the park, they haven't been online.
Really? Okay. Well, it's great to give an update to our viewers, because they're looking for places, you know, to tune into and to go to locally if it's in their area. So thank you for sharing, Wade. We all appreciate that, and we appreciate the way you the story that you told in your songs, and keep on doing it, and look forward to the next time you're on.
Great. Thanks so much, Pete.
Thank you, Wade.
Yes, one more time for Wade. Those were great.
Thank you.
All right. Wow, everyone feeling good with all this good music? Get your wiggles out, because next up we have John Richter. Here he's coming from Oak Grove, Oregon.
Hi. Well, it's good to see you, Wade. Wade's a good friend of mine out here in the Portland area. And, you guys ask which open mic we go to. And before the pandemic, we used to go to Artichoke Music. And that was a good one. We hope it opens up again. So my first song is a song that I call Painter, and it's dedicated to my wife. It's a special time of the day. Come inside, I hear her call. Up the stairs into the sunroom, her latest painting on the wall. Her colors are the richest hues, her message clear and raw. Highlights of a moment, I stand and gaze in awe. Oh, where do these come from? And how do they take form? Light burns through shadows in the morn. Well, she's painting with her hands, these paintings from her mind, paintings from her heart, beyond the space of time, using water from the clouds and oils from the trees, pigments from the earth. She's painting what she sees. Oh, she's my red and I'm her blue. Yeah, she paints happiness and strife, and every color is her muse. My painter is my wife. Well, there's horses in the snow, and there's fields with rusted trucks, daffodils of gold, and there's hollyhocks and hucks. There's musicians playing tunes, and there's ladies in the nude, provincial hilltop towns, and portraits of her moods. Oh, where do these come from? And how do they take form? Light burns through shadows in the morn. Well, there's maples in the fall, and there's castles by the sea, arches in the sun, and there's even some of me from the shadows of her past and the brilliance of the sun, always on the path to growing toward the one. Oh, where do these from? And how do they take form? Light burns through shadows in the morn. Yeah, she's my red and I'm her blue. Yeah, she paints happiness and strife. And every color is her muse. My favorite painter is my wife.
That was so sweet.
Thank you very much. So in the back there, you can see horses in the snow. That's the paintings. So let's see. I've been a teacher for about 34 years, and I'm retired now. And one of the things that you have to do when you're a teacher is try to get kids convinced to do their homework. So I wrote a song called "Do Your Homework," which the kids don't really like, but here it is anyways. Here you go. Well, if you never do your homework, then you never make the grade. If you never do your homework, well, you got to learn to pray. If you never do your homework, you'll be sorry later on. If you never do your homework, then you're gonna get it wrong. So stop your lame excuses. The only choice to choose is do your homework. Well, I was gonna do my homework, but I forgot all my books. I was gonna do my homework, but I didn't like its looks. I was gonna do my homework, but it takes me too much time. And I was out all day with Susie, and we didn't get home till 9. I got plenty more excuses. My brain burst all its fuses. Just do your homework. Now you got to do your homework even if you're not in school. If you never do your homework, well then who are you gonna fool? There's things to do and there's stuff to do later on in life. Taking time to do your homework now will minimize your strife. Your homework will embolden you just like your teacher told you. Do your homework. Broken window, broke down car, maybe you're the one that's broke. You didn't know what you should know, and now that is no joke. It's time to do your research, just like you know you should, and study how the world works and how to make life good. You got a brain, now use it. When you get that book, peruse it. Do your homework. Well, I work all day, I'm coming home, my baby at the door. The dinner's on the table and the wine has just been poured. I come right in, I sit right down, I look into her eyes. She says, I've been waiting for you, honey. I got a big surprise. It's time to do your homework. Oh. Well, I was gonna do my homework, but the game was on TV. I was gonna do my homework, but I fell and I broke my knee. I know I got it somewhere, I just can't seem to find it. Hey, look, my mom wrote you a note. Yup, she even signed it. I'm deeply filled with sorrow. I'll hand it in tomorrow. I'll do my homework. So stop your lame excuses. The only choice to choose is do your homework.
Send it to Sesame Street. Send it to Sesame Street.
John played that at Artichoke once, I remember. It was great.
Thanks, Dave.
That's great, John. That's great. I did notice the painting in the background while you were singing your song, but you already made reference to it. So that your wife did that painting?
Yeah, she did. It's great.
It's gorgeous. It's really nice. So, what single achievement are you most proud of, whether it be in music or life or whatever?
I can't hear you. Okay, here you go. You broke
Got
up
it?
a little bit there, Pete.
Pardon?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
So did you not get the question?
No, I didn't hear you.
Okay. Yeah, what single achievement are you most proud of, whether it be in music or life?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Single achievement. Well, I made it alive through 34 years of teaching middle school. That's pretty good right there. I think I was a great teacher. Yeah, I think I could say that.
Okay. And what did you concentrate in one subject, or was it?
Well, I started off with science, and then I did science and math, and then I taught at an environmental school in Portland for the last 20 years. And for the first part of that, it was a self-contained classroom where you taught everything. And then later on, No Child Left Behind, no teacher got caught up with me and said, you can't be teaching reading and writing and language arts and that kind of stuff. So they said, you're going to have to switch, either go to student teaching again and learn how to do that stuff, or that's when I became a math teacher. So I've been doing math for the last 10 years, and now I'm a math tutor.
Okay. Well, good. So what hobbies or interests do you have outside of music?
Okay. Well, there's a little list here. Okay. I'm a beekeeper. I've been a beekeeper for many years now, and we just got a couple of kayaks, and I've been a canoeer and a kayak for a long time. We just got some electric bikes. I've been a biker for quite a while, and I'm loving zipping around on those things. Let's see, what other hobbies? Well, music is a big part of what I do. I play a lot of different instruments, and I started on the clarinet, and then I went to tenor sax and in 6th grade. And actually, I'm working on a tenor sax right now, and I'm working on trying to learn how to improvise jazz on it. But I also joined another band that plays Celtic music with an old friend of mine that I used to be in a band with, and so I'm going to be playing penny whistles and singing and using guitar in that. I learned how to play the saw. That's a pretty interesting instrument, and I love playing that. What? Oh, a little banjo. I'm working more on that, and so that just keeps me busy, all that stuff.
Okay, so music's been a part of your life, all your life, from when you started out and learning it.
Ever since 4th grade, yeah.
4th grade, yeah. That's great. And how is that? Were you writing at the beginning, or when did you start writing? Yeah,
no. Let's see. I wrote a few songs when I was in college, and then I really wrote those songs and some other songs by taking a class with Matt Meehan, who has appeared on this show several times, I think. And he runs a songwriting class in Portland related to artichoke music and his own, just what he does. and he's an excellent avenue for learning how to write songs.
Great.
Mostly I just need a deadline, you know.
Don't we all? Well, John, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to hearing you again.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, thank you, John. Thank you. Great songs. All right, and we're just going to keep the good times rolling on because it looks like he's ready. We've got Andy Karn from Mountain View, California. Are you ready, Andy?
I am.
All right.
Okay, well, so this is a song that I wrote several years ago, and sadly, it's still relevant. And I'll stop playing it when it's not relevant anymore. But it just is, so I still play it. It's called the Kill Hitler Blues. If I had a time machine, I'd go to Munich 1919, 'cause I wanna kill Hitler, that's what must be done. Yes, I wanna kill Hitler, just like everyone. Don't wanna kill no Hitler with diaper rash, I'll wait till I see that little mustache, 'cause I wanna kill Hitler when he's got a chance to run. Yes, I wanna kill Hitler just like everyone. Late at night I watch TV, the History Channel is what I see, 'cause they're trying to kill Hitler, but they just can't get it done. Yeah, they want to kill Hitler just like everyone. Well, if you want to kill Hitler when you're dead, don't go to hell, go to heaven instead, 'cause they let you kill Hitler with a big angelic gun. They know you want to kill Hitler just like everyone. Nazis in the Capitol, Nazis in the news, it's enough to give you the Kill Hitler blues, 'cause I want to kill Hitler, but I thought that war was won. Yes, I want to kill Hitler like almost everyone. You can't kill Hitler, he already died, but you know we all have a little Hitler inside, so we all can kill Hitler. Don't that sound like fun? We can kill that little Hitler inside of everyone. I want to kill that little Hitler inside of everyone.
Love that one, Andy.
Thank you. Okay, let's see. For my next song, I'm going to do... This is a character I've been seeing around more and more. It's called Big Square Man. He's a big square man in a big square truck. Goes 50 past the school, 'cause he don't give a darn. He's got the big square thoughts, like how many cans take how many shots. Oh, but the world is round, ain't no up or down, and hate makes it burn, but only love makes it turn. He's got a big square house with a big square wife, and every big square gun, and every big square knife. He's got a big square flag he says he'd die for, but he's got one stars and bars he loves a whole lot more. Now there's a big square problem, hit him square in the face, 'cause the big square man only likes his own race. He sees all kind of people, all shades of brown. Now the police don't keep him out of his part of town, but the world is around, ain't no up or down, and hate makes it burn, but only love makes it turn. So the big square man behind his big square door is desperate to make things how they were before. So the big square man casts a ballot for hate, but maybe this time it's too little too late, 'cause the world is around, ain't no up or down, and hate makes it burn, but only love makes it turn.
Love it. I love it a lot. Oh, it's really good.
Well, when am I going to hear that trombone?
I don't know. So at some point when I think of a
You
song.
have a trombone, and it's just sitting there, and I never get to hear it.
And once I learn an original song, then maybe.
On the trombone, okay. I'll write one for you.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, Andy. God, those were great. So, what open mic do you call home?
Well, the one I went to the longest was the South Bay Folks, but I've been to other ones, and nowadays it's combined with another brick and mortar open mic to be open. What is it? No, it's what is it called? Open Mic Arona, I think they call it.
Mhm.
And that's another thing that Daphne runs.
Right.
So Daphne of Open Mic America, and so that's the online thing, or one of them anyway, that I do now. But I've done a bunch of the mics. I like the Poorhouse open mic was great. Not all these things have reconstituted. The Hubs, which is kind of became part of the Open Mic Arona, the Friday Night Hubs open mic, which they're now calling City Folks, and I think they're actually going to start up again. So you can Google City Folks San Jose, and you'll find them. So normally I don't have time to go to a lot of them, because I have a job, and and they're starting earlier and earlier now. I've noticed, so it's like 6 o'clock. Thanks. Well, I'm not taking the day off from work, so.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the venues are kind of cutting their hours back. What I've noticed at a few of them that I go to. So, are you doing any performing, or are you still kind of waiting it out?
I'm, shoot me an email if you want to book me. I recently did a charity event for our city forest, which has a lovely space, absolutely right next to San Jose Airport. So complete with flyovers.
Perfect.
Very close flyovers. But
Perfect.
it's actually really fun. It's like a fun place to go and play for the plant people. It's very nice.
So leading into that, tell us about your favorite performance that you've ever done.
I mean, it's really hard to say that. I love performing at the what is it called? Art Boutique. That's a great place. I've performed there a few times. That's really fun. I performed at the Caravan once. That was great. So opening for, them slack-jawed sons of bitches. And that's really fun, kind of trying to like be all electric and like actually out modulate the crowd, which is impossible.
It's a challenge sometimes, right?
Me and Mr. Marshall did our best,
Yeah,
And,
there you go. There you go.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I have a cherished recording of me playing actually it was playing the same song I did tonight, like Kill Hitler Blues, with a really great trumpet solo by one of the denizens of the Hub's open mic. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to have the recording for. And of course, Open Mic America.
Well, of course, but we're talking about brick and mortar also. So, want to give a shout out to those that are supporting the cause and funneling that talent into Open Mic America. So that's important to cover all bases, right? Anyway, well, Andy, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to hearing from you next.
Okay.
Great, Andy. Great work.
Laura, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm not actually up. We've got our last performer for the evening. The show's almost over tonight, but we've got Scott Bell from Menlo Park, California. You're going to take us home, right, Scott?
Woo! I'll do my best. Okay, this first song, sometimes I'll hear somebody just say something. Have you heard that saying, don't bite off more than you can chew? Well, I've heard that 1,000 times, but someone said it to me a few weeks ago. And I was like, it hit me just right. So I just sat down real quick and wrote a chorus and then just kind of filled in some verses. And the verses are this song is basically about me. I mostly write about me, my own experience. So this is about 3 instances where I bite off more than I can chew. Well, it's up at dawn, sun it's on, long list of honeydews. Well, I do my best, I do not rest until the dues are through. Well, Friday rolls and it's a go, and I'm back there on the stool. And I drink too much, make my girl fuss. She says, boy, you know the rules. Don't bite off more than you can chew. If you go for broke, you might choke and end up like a fool. Keep it simple, keep it sweet. Life is short, but love is deep. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Well, it's Sunday dinner after church, and my plate is filled with every food. And everything that I see is everything I'm gonna choose. I eat it up and go back for more. My baby's yelling, oh dear Lord, that's good and fine and dandy. Well, I ate enough to hate myself. Yeah, don't bite off more than you can chew. If you go for broke, yeah, you might choke and end up like a fool. Yeah, keep it simple, keep it sweet. Yeah, life short and love is deep. Don't bite off more than you can chew. One more. Well, I like to rock till 2 o'clock in a country western bar. But right around 1:45, I take things way too far. Well, something takes a hold of me. I guess the whiskey just sets me free. And it's just as if I had no choice. I sing so hard, I lose my voice. Don't bite off, yeah, more than you can chew. If you go for broke, yeah, you might choke and end up like a fool. So keep it simple, keep it sweet. Life is short and love is deep. Don't bite off more than you can chew. All right, that's it. Well, tag that. I kind of blew my voice out last night singing in a bar late at night. So.
With all your brothers, right?
Yeah, we had a full band gig in a small little bar restaurant. It was fun. It's a good friend of ours. Okay. So one thing I do when I write music, and sometimes I write with my brother and sometimes I write by myself, but I throw down dummy lyrics. If I just hear something, and I'll just throw down, like, I call them dummy lyrics. They're just stuff that comes out in 5 or 10 minutes. So I can get the structure going. And then usually in the dummy lyrics, there's some kind of gold to be found, and I can build a song around that. But this dummy lyrics is this just popped out of me, and I haven't really changed it, but I just kind of like it. And yeah, it's probably about some things that went down in childhood. You know, no child escapes the scarring of childhood. So this is about my younger years. And I sit out on a Home Depot bucket, and I call it fishing for a song. I just play my guitar on the driveway, see if a song comes along. So here it goes. Well, I can feel myself fishing for a song sooner or later. Wanna come along, float in a river like a driftwood log to me. Well, I confess some days that I still wanna die, but I only have listened to the voices inside. They've been yelling at me about since I was 5, you see. Devils and angels in disguise. It's hard to see them, they're by my side. And I can hear them whisper in the night. Devils and angels in disguise. On about the 4th try, I was fading to black when a nasty old demon whispered from the back, someone's gonna find you, did you think about that or no? He said, listen up, kid, this is how it goes. You do have to die, but you gotta die slow. You do have to lose if you're ever gonna grow, you see. Devils and angels in disguise. It's hard to see them, but they're always by my side. And I can hear them whisper about me in the night. Devils and angels in disguise. And don't get me wrong, they want me to win, but they shake their heads at all of my sin. Every damn day I begin again to pray. Well, I pray for the strength, I pray for the world, and I pray for my queen, and I pray for my girls. I pray one day I'll find the narrow gate. Devils and angels in disguise. It's hard to see them, but they're always by my side. And I can hear them whisper about me in the night. Devils and angels in disguise. Devils and angels in disguise. Devils and angels in disguise.
Wow.
Oh, very much.
Great stuff.
Oh yeah, those are some great beats to end the night on. That was awesome, Scott.
Thank you, Laura.
You're amazing as usual, Scott.
Thanks, Petey. Love you.
Yeah. Wow. So what open mic do you hail from?
Well, Cafe Zoe is my local. That's a mile away from my house. You can walk that in a pinch. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Go
hope to
Cafe
see you
Zoe.
there this Friday.
What's that?
Hope to see you there this Friday.
Yeah, that's a good question. I got a gig on Saturday. I'll be there on Friday.
All right. Well, good. It's always fun to see. I mean, I met you through Cafe Zoe's. Kathleen says, you got to meet this guy, Scott Bell. You ever heard of him? And I go, who? And that was, 10 years ago, I
I've known
think.
you a while now, yeah.
Yeah. So tell us what is it about music that makes you feel passionate?
Well, music is just the water that I've always swam in my family. We were just, I was lucky enough to be born into a very musical family. So we were just expected to entertain. We had a big family too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm passionate about it because that's like, I've just been doing it forever. And singing and also like there was a healthy dose of shame. I didn't grow up like in the South, but I grew up in Texas. And my grandmother would be like, if you have a gift of any sort and you don't share it, then you're not really doing your job. So I'm just so fortunate to be able to play. And I play with a full band too. So, and guys that will play my original songs. So just feel really grateful for it.
Yeah. And it's a joy to hear you every time. And it's great. And the rest, Russ works with you and writes with you and does some stuff. We got to get him on here too.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. He's Russ is a good what I call finisher on a song.
Mm-hmm.
He'll take your song and he'll produce it in a unique way, and he has a little bit more of a commercial bent, and I'm more like I just write compulsively. So.
Oh yeah, I just write. Yeah, come on.
I mean,
Scott.
like that "Devils and Angels" song. It's like nobody knows what that means, but I do, and I just like playing it. So, anyways, yeah.
Well, it's good. And you had a good show last night.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and you're doing a lot of playing out and getting out there in this pandemic world.
We've been fortunate to basically mostly be all outside stuff. So it's been fortunate. So
yeah,
hope we continue to improve. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, that's good. I've been happy to get back and host the Cafe Zoe open mic on a monthly basis, and that's been great. And look forward to seeing you and Priscilla. You should come on down. Anybody that's near Menlo Park, come on over and sing some tunes. So what are you working on next, Scott? I know you're probably writing a song right as we were talking.
Well, I started writing a song yesterday called. It goes something like, well, it turns out participation trophies were wrong. So my cousin told me, he goes, dude, I think participation trophies may have been a bad idea. And I'm like, I'm going to write that song. So, that was funny. So anyways, thank you all for hosting this. I appreciate this. And this is my first experience with your open mic, and I had a great time.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming, Scott, and everybody. Thank you for sharing your talents, and give yourselves an applause, a hand. Come on, put your hand.
Wow, one more time, big round of applause for everybody.
I got to ask Scott a question. Scott, have you ever played at a place where they throw beer bottles at you?
Yes, actually, out in the
I
valley,
thought you might have. Yeah.
Not really beer bottles, but like fists at you for sure. Yeah, I played in some rowdy places. And also, there's a bar in Point Reyes that has 3 or 4 fights a night. It used to, but those are the old days, so I don't do that stuff.
Oh, yeah. I played a block away from the Palomino down south in North Hollywood, and there was the chicken wire in front of us. Good. Anyway, well, thank y'all, Laura.
Right, yeah. Big round of applause for all of our performers tonight. You guys were all just amazing. Just amazing. Thank you to Mark. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Sherman. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Max. Thank you, John. Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you, TK. And thank you, Wade. Thank all of you for such a wonderful night. For those of you out there in YouTube land, if you want to see more of any of these wonderful performers, check out our website, Open Mic America. We have links to all of their socials, websites, channels, whatever they've got. If they tell us, we will put that on our website so that way you can get to them and listen to all of their stuff. We'll be coming to you next on September 5th. And then starting in October, as Dave said, we're going to 3 nights a month instead of 2, which is very exciting. So we hope that as the show continues to grow, you'll be able to see us more and more and more. Remember to check out all of your local open mics. They're going to be listed also on the Open Mic America website under the local open mics tab. So if any of the names that were said tonight sound interesting to you, go ahead and take a look. Again, our next performance is going to be on September 5th, so stay tuned for the next batch of singer-songwriters that will be performing then. And if you want to know who it is, again, check out our website. It's the one you know, openmicamerica.com. We also now have a Twitter and an Instagram that we try to post updates on who's playing next, and we hope that we will see you all next time. All right, is everybody ready to say goodbye for the night? Everyone wave goodbye. Goodbye, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in.
Good night, y'all. Have a great week.
We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
All right.